Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in one of the most brain-dead tier 10s in the game, the Minotauro, a vehicle that I actually love, and I think a lot of people should consider getting their hands on. The Minnow has some really dangerous capabilities going for it. It features a triple shot 490 alpha. It has really good turret armor, it's got 10 degrees of gun depression, and even the lower plate is still really troll, even after its nerf. And when you pair all of that with the pretty solid 2500 DPM, the fact that this vehicle has more mobility than you'd expect, it's actually just a really, really good tier 10. I love the Minnow, and it's one of those vehicles that whenever I don't want to try, I pull it out because it doesn't really require too much effort to do well in this tank. All you have to do is get hull down, and you're going to be pretty tricky to dig out. The best part about this tank is just at the fact that it has 490 alpha. Like, that is such a high amount of damage per shot, and you're going to outtrade most tier 10s you're up against. I mean, we outtrade the Badger, the 260, the 57 Heavy, and depending on what gun the 100's using, we also outtrade that as well. So, it's pretty impressive when you actually think about it. Now, we do have the 183, we got the Badger, we got some tanks over here. We're going to aim it on the Badger really quickly, aiming, boom, 531 right there. I mean, that's a really, really nasty chunk of damage, and definitely a great showcase of where this vehicle chunks its opponents really hard. Now, obviously, the 260 is a threat, and I'm going to wait for that 260 to ideally shoot. I don't like that Badger being there at all. I also don't like the 100 being there, but we're just going to overpoke, get a nice 469, and that's lame. Big, big lame. But we have another shell for the 260. That player just hatched me. Alright, well, I guess he's just built different. But we're doing fine either way. Back up a little bit. Let's wiggle our turret. There you go. We get a bounce that time. I'm more worried about the 57 Heavy on my side than I am the 260. The 260 doesn't really scare me. Alright, well, if you're going to keep shooting me, then I'm just going to overpoke. I'm going to aim it on your hull. There you go. Nice pen. And we back up. There you go. Another bounce. Alright, sweet. This isn't good, though. I mean, the Minnow, to be fair, has been doing fine. We just don't have support that I obviously want. There you go. Another nice shot into the 260. You want to keep poking? Let's test your luck. There you go. Nice 401. You want to keep poking? Let's test your luck. Bye-bye. 3 shells, you're gone. And that's, again, what allows this tank to be so dangerous. Like, that 260 really thought he was something special. And guess what? He was, because now he's out of the game. But that's what allows this tank to be so incredibly fun, is the level of protection this tank features is crazy good. So we're going to chill here, and we do get a bounce once from the 57. We're going to pull up, and I don't think he has another shell. No, he does not. So we're just going to chill here. We're going to reload one more shot, and hopefully we're going to be able to kill this 57 Heavy before we die. So 3, 2, 1, and boom. There's one shell into the 57. We're going to start loading in our second shell. Boom. 566. That's obviously really nasty. And boom. There's our third shell. Again, just obliterating anything that stands in our way. We've already dealt 4,300 damage in this battle. Unfortunately, we will lose this. I mean, there's not much I can do about a bad team, right? But we did a great job. We literally killed the 260 and the 57 Heavy with almost zero support from our team. So, yeah, I mean, we were never, ever, ever going to win this when this is the team that we were given here, but it's alright. We did a pretty good job either way. We're going to reload and see if we can get that final shell into our vehicle. Let's see if the enemy Foch ends up going over here. Boom, easy shell once into the Foch, and there you go. Another easy shell and a 513 penning heat shell. So if you do all the math there, we did 5,000 damage. And again, like, the Minnow did not have any problems on its own. It was simply just the fact our team did not know what they were doing. 5,300 damage in a super short battle. And yeah, I mean, there's just nothing you can do when your mediums and everything else falls apart before the game even finishes. But it is such a good showcase of where the alpha damage, the clipping potential, and overall just damage output of the Minnow is super dangerous. Like, that enemy object 260 really thought that he had me beat. He was like, oh, this Minnow, he's on reload. So I shot him once, he pokes. Oh, I got shot again. Oh, he must be on reload now. And then I just dump my reserve shell. This tank does 1,470 damage in 7 seconds. And that is an insane amount of damage. The only other tanks that deal that much are the 4005, which is 1640, and the Waffenträger Alpha E100, which is 1700. The difference is that this tank actually has armor, so you don't have the downside there. And as I mentioned, the Minnow has 2,500 damage per minute on single shot, which means it has just as much damage per minute as most of the other tier 10 heavies, which is great because you have 3 shells. So realistically, if you shoot somebody twice, you've taken 1,000 health off them, and then if you reload those 2 shells, you now have another 1,500 damage in the clip. That's 2,500 in total that you can deal just by reloading 2 shells, which means that you can take a full health tier 10 heavy, like a 57 heavy, an IS-4, it doesn't really matter what it is. You can just take a full health heavy and obliterate it very easily. So you don't need DPM, and the Minnow doesn't even have bad DPM. It used to, but Wargaming buffed it, and it's in a really good state. We're actually on Malinovka, which is pretty cool. Let's see what we can do in this battle. Hopefully a better team than the last one. Now, one of the big mistakes that a lot of players make with the Minnow is they play it like a tank destroyer. It's not a tank destroyer. It's a frontline heavy. I can say that this is by far one of the most frontline heavy tanks like in the game. I trust this vehicle's armor and gun more than I do most tier 10 heavies. I trust it more than honestly a Badger. Because while the Badger does have a lot of capabilities going for it, this tank has more alpha, this tank has more shells, and it's just really good because of that. Oh, what the heck? I have not been to this flank of the map. What the heck? I did not realize that this side of the map was so goofy over here. This is sick. Okay, well, I actually like this more than the other Malinovka. Winter Mali. I think this is way better. This side of the map is, at least. You have so many different angles to work. Okay, well, we have the enemy Stridsvon K, and we're going to aim it on the Stridsvon. There you go. 558. Like, that alpha damage is so nasty. And I'm not even worried about the Stridsvon. Like, even if this player did pen me, it wouldn't be any damage. What's up with these players just hatching me? Okay, well, we have the VZ over here. Oh, that's tragic. That's so lame. Alright, let's aim it on the Minnow. There you go. Nice 428. This is not great, though. We have a lot of tanks here, and the enemy team is definitely going to be a big threat. We need to reload. Let's back up so that we're completely fine. I'm hoping that we can move wide, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to push wide over here, and we just got to reload a little bit longer. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's aim it on the Minnow. There you go. Nice 511 into that tank. Reload again. Can't hit the Stridsvon right now, but we can hit the Karo. There you go. Nice 478. That's a lot of damage so far. We've done 1,970 in this game. We still have a very healthy concept, which is obviously super important. And we just need to chill here and reload our shells right now. We already have 1 shell. 7 more seconds, we'll have our 2nd shell. And with the way this ridgeline is sloped, it's actually just perfect for me because I can chill right here, and we should be completely good. So there you go. We get a bounce. We have the 50 TP overpoke, so we get 1 nice shell into that 50 TP. VZ wants to overpoke. We get a nice shell into the VZ as well. Not really sure why you would make that trade, but okay, I'm not going to complain. We're doing fine so far. I mean, it's just such a good showcase of the Minnow. You don't need DPM in this tank because you have that clipping potential. So we're going to use this VK90, and I'm actually going to tell him to attack, and then we can push up. So let's see if he's going to help me with this. There you go. VZ shoots once, which means I can overpoke this. We're going to aim in on the VZ side. We get 1 pen into his vehicle. We back up. Oh, that's tragic. I don't know why our team's playing so passive, though. This is really not good for me because it's going to allow these enemy tanks to kind of get away with what they want, which is not good. If I get shot by this 50 TP, it's going to be really bad for me. So I don't know why this VK90 isn't just playing aggressive here, but would definitely help me. All right, let's move up. I want to push past this VK. Come on, give me some room, bro. Bruh. I get it, you want to like side scrape and all, but it's not really helping me when you block me either. So let's move up here, and let's aim it on the side of the 50 TP. That player gets taken out. Let's aim it on the side of the VZ. That player gets shot once, and we aim in 1 more. Boom, gets shot twice, and there you go. I mean, that was a great game for the Minnow, wasn't it? We ended up dealing, I don't know how much, but I'm going to guess close to 5,000. We ripped out damage. Every time somebody poked, we traded 2 for 1. And because we deal 1,000 damage in those 2 shots, yeah, there you go. 4,775 damage. I have to say, like, the Minnow is just a fantastic tier 10. It really is. It's so hard to counter it. Like, even that VZ, which features a really good gun, at the end of the day, just, it doesn't have as much alpha as me. It doesn't have nearly as much armor as me. It doesn't have as much gun depression. You get this thing on a ridgeline, it's going to be a beast. And unlike the Badger, because it has a turret, because you can actually hit hard with the clip, nobody can really push you. So I actually really like the Minnow. I do pretty well in it when I play in it. 75%, 3,700 average damage. It's fantastic tier 10. Definitely something you should get your hands on. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.